So good morning all. Here's my rant for the day. I have always been, for 99.9% of my life, a long time Washington Redskins fan. I have never shaken or wavered in my support of them. I completely disagree with all the name is racist and all that other BS. It's completely and totally has nothing to do with money. I promise you, you throw enough money at somebody and it goes away. Besides of which, that name was asked about years and years and years ago. They had their chance to declare that they weren't happy with it or they didn't like it, but a Native American council completely and totally endorsed it, had no problem with it. Now all of a sudden, in the days of everybody's butt hurt over everything, they don't like it. Nobody cares. It's not racist. If they're going to declare that that's racist, then the baseball team, the Indians, that have, the completely red-skinned, big-nosed Indian that looks like he's hopped up on fire whiskey, come on, or fire water, whatever you want to call it, they need to do something about that, because that obviously is racist, but I don't hear anybody say anything to them. Why? I'm pretty sure they probably don't pull in as much money. But that's not what this is about. This is about, I have something I would like to say to the management of the Washington Redskins. Whoever is responsible for picking players, you should fire that motherfucker. Because let me tell you something. You make the worst player decisions I have ever seen. You took Albert Haynesworth, who was supposed to be this awesome lineman, who you knew wasn't going to be willing to play in a new play scheme, that even though when you got him, that's not what we were using, but you knew that was going to change. You knew it was. And if you didn't know for sure, you had to have an inkling of it. If not, you were asleep at the wheel. You made him this hellacious offer that no player deserves. No one is that good. I don't care who they are. No one. And then we had to practically give him away because he wouldn't play in our play scheme. Because he sucked ass at it. Let's be real. Then we traded for Robert the Griffin because, oh my God, we gotta have a quarterback. We have to have a quarterback. Why would you give away the world for a broke horse? Now, don't get me wrong. I am all for somebody having a chance. But when you have an ACL injury, especially like he had in college, it's a proven fact, the statistics show it, that you stand, it's like over a 50% better chance of having it happen again. Come on. And then the dumbass coach that you had, who was supposed to be the coach, and it is his job to make responsible decisions, especially when it comes to deal with the health of his players. He openly admitted when Griffin got hurt, oh, well, I asked him, and he said, no, I want to stay in because I'm okay. The guy was hopping around on one leg. My 11-year-old son at the time was like, what are they doing? The coach is stupid. They need to pull him out. He's hurt. But hey, an 11-year-old has more sense than a guy that you're paying to be the coach. Let's skip forward to now. So I just watched the Monday Night Football game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I was very happy, very much wondering what to see Josh Norman could do because, we made him this big contract and they made this big deal about him and yada yada. And, and last year he was got to be well known for being an asshole. Who the hell gives a guy a contract that only plays one half of the field? How dumb can you be? Every team that's out there, every coach who has any brain cells whatsoever and who has a decent person is going to say to him, whatever side he lines up on, which is always going to be the same side because he won't play the other side of the field, we're going to put you on. And more than likely, they don't have somebody that can cover you. Now, let me say this. I am not down in the guy that they had covering Antonio Brown. I'm not. The man was doing his best. I give him full credit. He was doing his best. And Antonio Brown is a hell of a receiver. He was Pittsburgh's #1 threat when it comes to catching the ball. If you are dumb enough, stupid enough, to sign a contract for somebody and be okay with, well, I only play one side of the field, knowing that you don't have somebody that can cover the other side of the field anywhere near as well as he can, you are a complete dumbass. And however the hell it is that somebody decided to get him, all because he became available or whatever it was, why do you think the other team let him go? Because he's fucking worthless. He plays one side of the field and will only play one side of the field. You know what that is? That's a one-trick pony. You paid all this money for a one-trick pony. He's another Albert Hainsworth. Hashtag Josh one-trick pony Norman. Hashtag just another Albert Hainsworth. Hashtag Dan Snyder. Hire me. I could do a hell of a lot better job. Now, don't get me wrong, Scott McCullough, I firmly believe that when we got him in the front office, he was a big upgrade. But if he signed off on this deal, I don't know. Maybe I was wrong. But any team that signs off on a deal with some asshole who will only play one side of the field and refuses to only play that one side of the field, come on. You have to be smarter than that. And if you're not, you need to hire me because I'm damn sure smarter than that. And I'm tired of seeing my team lose because of stupid shit. If you what did you think for a minute Pittsburgh or any other team is going to be like, oh, we're going to take it easy on them and we're not going to play our best guy on this opposite side of the field from Norman all the time. We're going to give him a chance. Are you fucking retarded? You must be. Because that's the only way that you could possibly believe that. The only way. I just don't understand it. Are you trying to drive away the fans? Are you trying to do something to piss people off? Are you just trying to waste the money? Hey, Dan Snyder, let me just say this to you. If you've got all that money that you're willing to waste, I damn sure could use some of it. And so there's some other people out there. And I'm telling you now, I can make a hell of a lot better decisions about players and what they get paid for what they can do than the people you've got doing it. Because whoever you have that approved that deal, they're asleep at the wheel. And you need to think about replacing them. But here's a piece of advice just from me to you. If you're going to replace them with somebody who has some common sense, who has some clue as to, hey, we're not going to give 40 or 50 or 60 million dollars or whatever to some asshole who will only play one half of the field. Come on. Well, he's now 13. My 13-year-old son said during the Pittsburgh game, we lost this game and you can blame it on Josh Norman. Our offense wasn't doing that great. They were trying. But you know what? When you've got hashtag Josh one-trick pony Norman only on one side of the field and refuses to do anything but other than on his side of the field, like a prima ballerina or whatever he thinks he is. And I'm not saying the man doesn't have talent, but you know what? Prove your talent. Work both sides of the field. Prove your talent. Because if you can only do it on that one side of the field, you're as useless as a one-legged man at an ass-kicking contest. And I stand by it, and I'm going to sign all kinds of stuff with it from now on until the Redskins decide to do something about it. Hashtag Josh one-trick pony Norman. Hashtag just another Albert Hainsworth. And that's my rant for the day. Daniel Snyder, you might want to look into it. And hey, if you're the one making those mistakes, give me a call. I can hook you up and help you out. I promise you. I may not be a football expert, but I have some common sense, and I'm pretty sure I would be a hell of a lot better than whoever you've got making those decisions right now.